Learning to see the good inside, understanding before correcting. Dear Amelia Emberhart, lately I've been thinking deeply about what it means to guide a child without first trying to fix behavior. One idea has stayed with me. Before changing what a child does, we try to understand who the child is in that moment and what she is trying to make us understand. This shift feels simple, yet it changes everything. Inspired by ideas from Good Inside by Becky Kennedy, I keep returning to a grounding belief. We are all good inside. Behavior can be messy, loud, confusing, or even hurtful, but the person beneath it is not bad. When a child struggles, the behavior is often a signal of an internal struggle. When we see struggle, do we respond with abandonment and criticism or with boundaries and compassion? Because how we respond does more than resolve a moment. It shapes a child's inner wiring. Of course, this is something we both benefit from in our relationship. However, these are especially important ideas when living alongside your sisters and more broadly in the relationships you will build with people throughout your life. Understanding before correction. Children learn, often silently, the conditions under which they receive love. They absorb which parts of themselves are welcomed and which are rejected. Over time, they internalize not only our rules but our reactions. How a parent responds to a child becomes how the child responds to herself. This is how patterns travel across generations, not through intention but through experience. So I try to practice what might be called the most generous interpretation of behavior. Instead of asking, how do I stop this? I ask, what might be going on inside her right now? This perspective does not eliminate boundaries, it makes them clearer. I am learning that we never have to choose between structure and connection. Two things can be true at the same time. I can hold a firm limit and care deeply about the feelings that limit brings up. You cannot watch this movie, and I understand that you feel very upset. Understanding matters more than convincing. When we try to prove our viewpoint is the only correct one, the child often experiences something more painful than disagreement, feeling unseen. Curiosity changes the tone of the entire interaction. Instead of reacting to strange or frustrating behavior, we can wonder about it. We listen not to respond, but to understand. Power struggles often arise when both sides are fighting to be seen. The adult wants concern recognized, the child wants independence recognized. Beneath the surface, conflict lies a shared human need to matter. Sometimes partnership is an option. I think it is very windy and you feel your body can handle it. Am I understanding you? What can we do so that both of us feel comfortable? Other times leadership is necessary. You need to wear the jacket because it is that cold, and you are allowed to feel mad about it. Both approaches preserve dignity. Boundaries and compassion can coexist. The adult's role and the child's role are fundamentally different. The adult's job is to keep the child safe in every sense. The child's job is to explore, experience, and develop. When a situation becomes unsafe, it is not a child's responsibility to regulate the environment, it is ours. For example, asking a child to stop running with scissors is like transferring an adult job to a child. The parent needs to take charge of the situation and, if needed, stop the dangerous scissor running gently but firmly. We need to provide physical boundaries when the child and the behavior require them. We also provide validation and empathy for the child's feelings. Safety and validation can exist together. Over time, this kind of response builds something deeper than compliance. Trust. The more a child trusts that someone steady is present, the more she learns to trust herself. Confidence grows not from being corrected, but from being held steady while experiencing big feelings. This is how self-regulation develops. A child who can say, "I hate this," is already learning to process emotion. A child who lashes out is showing that the skill is still forming. Our response can either support that growth or shut it down. When a child experiences distress, directing attention away from the feeling may silence the moment, but weaken resilience. Staying present matters. Not fixing, not distracting, staying. Clear boundaries paired with empathy communicate a powerful message. I love you so much that I will not allow anything dangerous to happen, and I care about how this feels to you. Building self-trust and lasting connection. One lesson that moves me deeply is what happens when children are left alone in distress. Without support, they may begin to doubt their own perceptions. They may reshape reality to preserve connection. They may blame themselves because it feels safer than acknowledging disconnection. Over time, this can become an adult who mistrusts her own intuition and measures her worth by others' reactions. Staying with a child in emotion teaches something essential. Feelings are real, valid, and trustworthy. A child can be vulnerable in close relationships and remain safe. Emotional truth and connection can exist together. In this way, children learn that love is not conditional or on perfection. I want to help a child grow not only in pro-social skills, but also in self-trust. I want our relationship to become a place where connection and growth are both possible. And in doing so, I find that my own confidence grows as well. Guiding without domination, holding boundaries without withdrawal, and staying present without losing authority are not only parenting practices, they are relational skills for life. The more secure the child feels, the more freely she can explore. The more she trusts that someone will help if something goes wrong, the more courage she has to try, fail, learn, and try again. Safety becomes the foundation of bravery. This is the direction I want to keep moving toward. Not perfect reactions, but deeper understanding. Not control, but connection. Not fear of behavior, but curiosity about the person. Because if we truly believe that we are all good inside, then every difficult moment becomes not a battle to win, but a relationship to strengthen. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path.